Hello, sister friends, and welcome to the newest Tata Farms blog. My apologies for not getting out the community vote to determine what the name of this blog will be, but there will be a title by the next video because under my community tab, I have the poll out. So I went back and I looked at the recommendations. There were so many of them that I narrowed it down. I picked out, I love them all. Let me just say, I love them all. I picked out my top favorite ones and you are going to vote on them. So the next blog that comes out will actually have that title in it, whichever one has the most votes. For today, Tata Farms blog number 4. This blog came out yesterday. I missed it. My apologies. April 10th, 2025. I have not even glanced at it yet. Usually I like to just kind of preview it. I did scroll through it and just noticed it's very long compared to the other ones anyway. So I will try not to be too verbose and make this video too long and try to stick as much to just the text as possible.
Right.
The reason this one is so long is because this is our first blog that is brought to us by both Janelle and Maddie. Bum, ba, da, ba. Surprise! The title of it is Real Talk on Motherhood. Reflections from 2 Generations. This ought to be good. Okay, let's begin. My mom and I sat down to chat about motherhood, what we wish we'd known, what actually matters, and what we've learned to let go of. We got real about the highs, the hard parts, and the little moments we'd hold on to a little bit longer if we could. Ooh, this might be a deep one. Okay. Here we go. Are we ready? Okay. It starts off saying, all right, let me just look at the framework of this first, okay? We have Maddie's responses, 1, 2, 3, 4. Janelle's responses, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have 4 questions. Maddie answers them So we have 4 questions. Maddie answers all 4 of them first, and then Janelle answers them. All right, here we go. Maddie's responses. Question number 1. What's something you wish you could go back and tell yourself as a brand new mom? Maddie says, if I could go back, I'd tell myself to just soak it all in. I wish I had truly understood how fleeting these years are. Even just the last 7 years, it's such a short time, but it feels like a blink. I also wish I had turned out the whole trendy mom influencer wave that's always joking about how terrible their kids are. Yes, motherhood is hard, but honestly, the payout is massive. My life became so much richer when I stopped focusing on what I was losing and started seeing all that I had gained. I think I would have enjoyed those early years more with Axel and Evie if I hadn't been so caught up in the hard parts. I feel like I am able to enjoy Joey's baby to toddler phase more because of that shift. It's still hard, of course, but I find so much more joy in it now. Tune out the constant complaining or the joke harping on kids. There's so much richness if you look for it. Okay, that was her answer to question number 1. My thoughts? Totally agree. And I never bought into it. I don't think that's trendy mom influencer. The word influencer didn't exist because there was no social media when I was raising my kids. But the notion of, oh, they're exhausting and, oh, I need a break and I just need time away. And that was a pervasive conversation that came up a lot in mom groups, at story time, preschool drop-off, you name it. And don't get me wrong, I had some really hard times. I really did have hard times raising them. I just remember always thinking, I love this right now. I love looking at the 3 of them sitting on the couch together, with their little snack of Cheerios watching a movie. I love walking through the zoo with them. I love doing paths, finding new walking paths around town and exploring nature with them. I loved everything. A trip to the library, you name it. I always had that sense this is going to go fast because everybody has always said this is going to go fast. And you know what? Even with me being cognizant of it at the moment, it still went too fast. I still feel like I blinked and boom, they're all in their 20s. How did it happen? Okay, that was much longer of a reflection than I meant to do. Let's get back. Question number 2. How did you navigate the pressure to do it all, and what helped you let go of unrealistic expectations? Just want to step aside and say these are the kind of questions that she used to be answering on that YouTube vlog that she used to do with that other chickadee girly girl. Interesting. Just an observation. Okay. How did you navigate the pressure to do it all? What helped you let go of unrealistic expectations? Okay. Maddie writes, social media has been around and very prevalent since I became a mom. I still struggle with not feeling like I'm doing enough and learning to let that go. One thing that has helped, though, is understanding that it's just a highlight reel. If you've seen Bluey, I feel like you can relate to the feelings of inadequacy as a parent compared to Chili and Bandit. I read something the other day that said, you literally see 7 minutes of these fictional characters' lives. While it is funny, it is so true, and such a good reminder. Comparison is a thief of joy, even in how much you do as a mom. While I still strive to be the ultimate healer mom, reminding myself that all the extraness is just While I still strive to be the ultimate healer mom, reminding myself that all the extraness is just noise. While I still strive to be the ultimate healer mom. Reminding myself that all the extraness is just noise helps me focus on what really matters. I don't think the word wow needs to be in there. There's a couple ways we could change this, but I think that's the best way to do it. I still strive to be the ultimate healer mom, reminding myself that all the extraness is just noise. No, it doesn't help. Helps me focus on what really matters. I strive to be the ultimate healer mom, reminding myself that all the extraness is just noise. That needs to be a character. Okay. All right. This next sentence needs to be 2 different sentences. I'm just going to make it 2 sentences. Either that or I'm cutting out and changing words. So we're going to make it 2 sentences. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back. Comparison is the thief of joy, even in how much you do as a mom, while I still strive to be the ultimate healer mom. Reminding myself that all the extraness is just noise helps me focus on what really matters. I can feel the shift in my house and the peace that comes with it. That peace is what my kids need more than attending every little event, having big birthday parties, a perfectly clean house, or the influencer vibe, I guess. She had a funky sentence in the middle there, I have to say. Maddie. There's so many different ways you can. I don't know what her point, what she wanted to emphasize. That's the point. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Let's go on. While it is funny, it is so true. I feel like she just needs to eliminate while I still strive to be the ultimate healer mom. I don't even know what that has anything to do with. The healer mom thing, I should just get rid of that. Let's just get rid of that. Let me read this one more time. Okay. While it is still funny, okay, so we were talking about Bluey and Chili and Bandit. I read something the other day that said you literally see 7 minutes of these fictional characters' lives. While it is funny, it is true, and such a good reminder. Comparison is the thief of joy, even in how much you do as a mom. Reminding myself that all the extraness is just noise helps me focus on what really matters. I can feel the shift in my house and the peace that comes with it. That peace is what my kids need more than attending every little event, having big birthday parties, a perfectly clean house, or the influencer vibe, I guess. What I think happened there is she deleted something. And it made it kind of go, All right. What do I got to say about that? No, it's just, I agree with the sentiment of all of it, especially the line of, comparison is the thief of all joy. Don't do it. Just live your life. It's hard. It's a hard thing you got to start teaching your kids when they're young, and you still have to remind yourself as an adult. You look at what somebody, the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence, right? Man, they seem to have it all together. Why do their kids always look like put together and mine look like a bunch of ragamuffins just rolled out of bed in the morning? And I put work into that to make them look that good. Why do they have their scrapbooks for all their kids completed for their whole lives? And mine are completed for my kids up to age 5 and they're 25. Why is their house always immaculate and mine feels like a bomb went off from day to day? Like it always seems like everybody else has it all together. And I'm just treading water, trying to keep above. I think we all do it. Some people do it with money. Why do they always seem to have so much money? Why do they go on so many better vacations or even go on vacation? And I don't get a chance to. Why is their relationship with their kids so good? And mine is an utter mess. We can do this all day, right? It's a thief of all joy. Find the things that are joyful in your life, revel in them. Be grateful for them. And know that there are people out there that wish that they had what you have right now. That one thing that brings you joy, there are many people that don't have that in their life and would do anything to have. And quite frankly, there are things that don't even bring you joy but should. Can you get out of bed unassisted? Can you walk around without needing medical equipment? Can you breathe on your own? We can go on that level. Are you able to provide yourself 3 meals a day without sweating it out? Are you concerned? Maybe it is difficult for you. For many people it is. If it's not, be joyful. Be grateful. Okay, moving on. Number 3. Question is, what's a fun tradition your mom did or you did with your kids that you hope to carry on with the kids and grandkids? Maddie writes, we always did movie nights and junk food nights growing up, and I've continued that tradition with my kids. They absolutely love it. Of course they do. It's something they request often, and I try to keep it special. We take them to the store to pick out their favorite candy, grab popcorn, and maybe some ice cream. We order in food, something fun. Then we set up plat beds with blankets and pillows, and the kids pick a movie for all of us to watch together. It's something I loved as a kid, and honestly, I love it even more now as a mom. Ditto. I don't remember doing it a lot growing up myself, but I did it a lot with my kids, and I loved it. Loved it. In fact, some of my favorite memories were one-on-one movie nights. I remember one of the things for my second daughter, Gracie, one of the things for her birthday, to make it special, we made a cake and we had like a little birthday celebration downstairs. Can't remember, maybe she was sick or something. I don't remember the circumstances behind it, but we went down into the basement and then we had like a little cake for her. And so I remember the other kids helped me like decorate the room. They were all excited about it too. Like they weren't like, I want to do it. No, they were like thrilled too. And we decorated the whole room. We had this cake and we sang and ate the cake. And I remember they left, so maybe she was contagious. Don't know. I honestly don't remember. But I remember I slept down there on the futon bed in the basement with her that evening. It was sort of her birthday celebration. And I remember her saying how much she loved it. I remember being worried that I'm like, oh, this is not exactly the best birthday in the world. She thought it was the bee's knees. And I liked it too. It was a special time, just her and I. But definitely lots of nights. We're all three kids and mom and dad and pillows and blankets and sleeping bags and everything all over the floor. Fun. It's an excuse as a parent to eat the stuff you normally wouldn't eat too. Question number 4. What's something you thought mattered so much that turned out not to matter at all or not as much as you thought? Maddie writes, phew, developmental milestones. They really messed with me as a young mom. I used to lie awake at night worrying constantly about Axel and Evie. Both were delayed in different ways, and I carried so much stress about it. Axel had a speech delay, and I'm ashamed to admit it, but I used to get frustrated that he wouldn't just talk. Later, we learned that he had childhood apraxia of speech. With therapy and support, his speech came a long way. And now he's thriving. Evie was similar in her own way. I grieved the life that I thought that she should have after learning she had a limb difference. I stressed over what her development would look like and what her future would be. And now it looks different, yes, but it's still so full. I wish I could go back and hug that version of me, the one who was so scared and so stressed, and tell her it might not look how you imagined, but it's going to be okay. Maybe even more than okay. That's nice. That's sweet. And so true, right? Ugh. I remember when my nieces were born, because they were older than my own kids. I had my one niece diagnosed in my head. I didn't say anything to anyone else. In my head, I was convinced my one niece was autistic and my other one had cerebral palsy. There you go. It's what I get for those classes that I took in college. The behaviors that they exhibited early on, which are fairly normal. It took them a little bit longer to outgrow them, but I didn't know that as much early on because I was a new grad, as a new therapist. So I also didn't understand the notion that many children are different and this is a wide scale and these are generalizations. And although I knew these were norms, I didn't quite grasp the idea that if you're below the norm, it's not a red flag. I was young. I was green. I learned. I can't even think. What are all the worries I had about my kids? I can only imagine. It probably did help that I worked for about 10 years before I had kids to see the vast array and scope of child development. Some kids just go really quick at first and then level off, and how some kids are really slow to go and then take off. But remember, Einstein didn't say a word until he was 4 years old. There you go. Let's go to Janelle's responses now. All right, question number 1 again was, what's something that you wish you could go back and tell yourself as a brand new mom? Okay. That'd be interesting because this is part of being in a polygamous family too. Janelle wrote, I think if I could go back, I'd tell myself to be, what did I say? Can I talk like Janelle? No, I'll just talk normally. Okay. I think if I could go back, I'd tell myself to be so much more present. Just enjoy the time. It really does go by so fast. It doesn't feel like it is in the moment, but it does. And I would remind myself to take care of myself too. I got so wrapped up in everyone else's needs that I didn't prioritize my own. The dishes would always be there. So will the laundry and the housework. But those moments, they're fleeting. Take the time to be present and make sure your cup is filled, or at least halfway full. All right, that's good advice, Janelle. And it is true. And Janelle was like a single mom, so she didn't always have Cody there. So I get it. She wanted to get the dishes done because, the dishes will be there tomorrow, but now you have double the dishes to do because, again, you don't have a partner who's going to be able to jump in and help out. But in the end, both her and Maddie basically said, be present, be in the moment. Time goes by fast, which is something we're all told when we have kids too, and we know it. It still happens. It's still, no matter how many times you hear it, it still goes way faster than you expect it to. Okay, question number 2. How do you navigate the pressure to do it all, and what helped you let go of unrealistic expectations? Janelle wrote, I don't think I ever fully let go. I was always stressed out. If I could go back, I'd tell myself to stop worrying about everything else and just enjoy my kids more. You know that sign that says, the house was clean yesterday, sorry you missed it? Embrace that. I wish I had. I should have let the little things go to hell. Easier said than done, I know. But if you're a new mom, hear me. Enjoy your kids. Take some quiet time for yourself. The rest will still be there tomorrow. Yes, Queen Janelle. Preach. It's true. Your kids just want to be with you. In the end, your kids just want to be with you. Now, depending on their ages, maybe you can make a game out of doing the dishes. Put on some crazy music that's just yours. Like go back to the 70s or something and find a good best of,
I don't know, listen to Jim
Croce or something that nobody else would listen to, but it's what you guys listen to. And you all learn the words to it, and this is what you listen to when you do the dishes together.
Hey, Jim Croce, I need to rock.
And it becomes something very special and a part of your family.
And today I will be singing Jim Croce's Leroy Brown.
Who's Jim?
Cue montage.
Leroy Brown, baddest man in the whole damn town. Badder than the old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog.
Like the pine tree running the winding road. I've got a name. I've got a name.
If I could save time in a bottle, first thing that I'd like to do. You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't spit into the wind. You don't pull the mask off an old Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim.
And you just belt out the lyrics to it. Or maybe it's Broadway tunes or whatever. I don't know. But there's a way that you can make doing the dishes now. Her kids were young. Because the question is new mom, but as you grow up. Those are the kind of things. I didn't do this. This is good advice. I didn't do this. But I had heard this from somebody else who said that their father was the one that would always vacuum the house, and he would crank. I want to say, that's what made me think of Jim Croce. I want to say it was James Taylor. He would crank in the house. And so this person knew all the lyrics to James Taylor songs because they would, only one person vacuums at a time. I don't know how it worked out, but anyway, that was his stories. That's what made me think of it. Anyway, okay. Bottom line, spend time with your kids. Question number 3. What's a fun tradition your mom did or you did with your kids that you hope to carry on with your kids/grandkids? And Janelle wrote, Christmas morning was always a big deal in our house growing up. My mom made Eggs Benedict. Ooh, good for her. It was a tradition from my parental grandmother that she carried on. And I've been lucky enough to keep that tradition alive with my grandkids these last few Christmases. Look at you, Janelle, making Eggs Benedict. She's not the cook either. I'm impressed. It's something I hold near and dear to my heart. My kids know that if they're spending Christmas with me, we're having Eggs Benedict for breakfast. Some of my kids, from the other moms, have even told me that they make it now too, and I just love that. Passing down something meaningful like that feels really special. Also, my grandparents would take us for 6 weeks every summer. He was retired military, and we always packed up and stayed at their motorhome or at their house in Tampa, Florida. We drove across the country sometimes and traveled to so many places. I hope to continue to explore with my kids/grandkids. I want to give my grandkids the experience my grandparents gave me. Nice, Janelle. They didn't do a whole lot of traveling, that Brown family. I don't think Cody's much of an explorer, although he always wants to get away. He does like to just drive. But he doesn't have we ever seen him leave the country? I don't think so. Well, Mexico for vacation. Doesn't really seem to get around. And you don't have to leave the country. Our country's huge and vast and very different. We have lots of cultures and lots of different climates, and there's a lot to see and do traveling around America. We've seen them visit a couple polygamous families. That's it. So yeah, Janelle, take those kids. Go travel. Well, she has been, hasn't she? She's been traveling all around. Well, Plexus partly has been taking her all around. She's been cruising. Plexus likes to give out cruises. If you're at the higher level of leadership in the company. Okay, 4th and final. What is something you thought mattered so much that turned out not to matter at all or not as much as you thought? Janelle writes, the kids are getting good grades. Ha. I always wanted them to do well in school. Well, they did. I wish I had approached some of their work differently. Sometimes hard work for a kid does not translate to good grades, even if they are putting in the hard work. I wish I could have seen that earlier when they were in school. I wish I would have met each kid where they were at instead of thinking it needed to look like everybody else. That's good, Janelle. Especially if you have 6 kids, right? If you have 6 kids, definitely there's going to be a lot of variation in there. You do have to acknowledge the effort one is putting in is going to look different in the grades compared to the effort another one is putting in terms of their grades. Yeah. Gosh, it's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to do. Because it's hard to measure effort. You can measure how long somebody's sitting at a desk, but you don't really know what they're putting into it when they're there, or how distracted they are when they're there, or do they need help with distractions when they're there. And especially nowadays, because They use technology to do their homework. So when they're on their computer, are they just doing their homework on their computer? Or are they getting distracted on another tab? Are they on social media? Are they texting on their laptop with somebody? It's just so much harder to be a parent now than it was back in the day. So I can imagine that's difficult. So what is the measure? Grades is really the only measure you have in terms of outcome. You still don't know the effort they put in, because some kids who are naturally gifted could put in almost no effort and manage to squeak out some A's, whereas another child could be working very hard and barely getting C's. Yeah. I don't envy kids these days who are having kids. It's a whole new world. Whole new world they're raising them in. But I give a lot of kudos to Maddie, who is putting a lot of emphasis into letting the kids get outside, run around and play. I think that's great. I really do. All right. This was just a sweet, nice one. Nothing really controversial in here at all. We have a picture here that I will insert at some point of Janelle and Maddie making some bouquets of flowers, putting them in mason jars. And that's it. Sweet and simple. Hope you enjoyed it. I think this blog is a little shot in the arm I needed to get some more videos out to you. I've been slacking, I know, a lot going on, but I'll get back on the bandwagon. And you know what? Sister Wives is coming back in one more week anyway, so we're going to be back on it again. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to talking to all of you about it on Tuesday nights and putting together the videos, recapping the episodes as well. Stick with this channel. I appreciate your support. And remember, click on the Amazon links down below before you do your Amazon shopping, because it does help the channel. Take care. I'll see you next time. And don't forget to check out the community tab and vote on what the name of this Tata Farms blog series will be. Goodbye, sister friends.